What's going on, family? It's your man Miami Patron, back for another video, coming to you from beautiful Medellin, Colombia. Now, this is the #1 channel for people who want to begin manifesting more money by using the law of attraction. How to turn your yearly income into your monthly income by using the laws of the universe. So if you're kind of into this kind of stuff, law of attraction, manifestation, spiritual, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you get more content like this. All right, so in this video, what I'm gonna be talking about is why I actually decided to come back to Medellin, Colombia. Now, this will be kind of a quick video. I just want to go ahead and share, my personal life a little bit. I talk about business, I talk about all this kind of stuff, and I would love to share a kind of quick little video of why I decided to come back to Medellin, Colombia. For those of you that don't know, I actually got my start in Colombia back last year. So I'm from San Diego, California. In 2018, I moved to Miami, and I was living in Miami, doing my thing out in Miami, and I had a friend of mine move to Medellin, right? He didn't move, he came to visit Medellin, and he stayed here for a couple weeks, and I was seeing it on his Instagram. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, never in my life did I ever think about coming to Colombia. Actually, that's not true. I thought about coming to Colombia, but I never got emotionally involved with the idea of actually wanting to come. I was like, I don't know anybody there. Like, I don't know if it's safe. Like, well, that's probably why some of you are thinking right now if you've never been here. And so after a couple weeks, he told me, DeAndre, I'm gonna move here. Like, I love it here. The weather's good, the girls are good, the economics is good. I'm gonna move here. I was like, okay, well, let me come check it out, right? When he decided to move there, I knew I had a friend and I could be somewhat safe if I was to go into a third world country that I've never been to. So this was last year. In March of last year, I arrived in Colombia. From Miami, I think it was a $100 flight, 3.5 hours. So I booked my flight to Colombia. Guys, let me tell you this. I loved it so much here. And I was only gonna stay for 2 weeks. I only packed for 2 weeks. I loved it so much here that I stayed for 5 months. 2 weeks turned into 5 months. And I spent 4 months in Medellin, and I spent 1 month in the coast between Santa Marta, Minca, Cartagena, and other parts of Colombia, and San Andres Island. And guys, I loved it so much that I decided to come back. So at the end of, I think it was October of last year, I had to come back. I actually lost my debit card. I lost my phone. Like, there's a lot. It was a mess. Let me tell you, it was a mess. So I wanted to leave, and I had to leave and return. And so this is why I decided to come back. #1 was the economics, and I'm gonna be completely honest, right? Because I've been I was in the stage of growing my business, and it was a perfect environment for me to grow my business because I could honestly live on $1,000, $1,200 a month and not have to struggle. Versus in Miami, you can't even buy a beer for $1,000, right? And that's a joke, right? But it's to let you know that the cost of the difference, right? So it's about 1/3 of the price here in Colombia. So at the time last year, I was able to work on my business, grow my business, focus and have a place to live, like have a nice apartment while I'm growing my business, eat great food, be in a great environment while I could, grow my business. And now that I'm here back, money's not really a problem anymore, but I still love that higher quality of living for a better cost. For example, like if I was to, I'm gonna move into another Airbnb, it's $3,000 a month here. If I was to move into that quality of Airbnb in New York, say, or Miami, it'd be close to, $30,000 a month. Like, it's a 3-story penthouse with like a jacuzzi. Like, it's amazing, right? But for $3,000 a month here, that costs $30,000 a month in the United States. And let me tell you, I have no kids, I have the freedom. I'm gonna stay here in Colombia. So the first thing came down to the economics, where I could grow my business, have a higher quality of living, higher quality food, better restaurants. If I want to go out, with some friends in the night, I'll spend $20, $30, for the entire night with food, drinks, and everything. Versus in Miami, one drink is $30, right? So the first reason I decided to come back was the economics. The second part was it's the girls. It's the girls, right? I was gonna say the climate, but the climate is -- 3. Let's go to #2. Right, is the girls. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a single man, I'm 24 years old, I have no kids, I have no wife. Colombia by far, Medellin, Colombia, but more particular, Medellin, Colombia has some of the most beautiful girls in the world. So for those of you that are single, this is definitely an environment where you can come in and leave with the wife if you want, guys. Some of the most beautiful girls here just walking about. And I don't talk about dating a lot on my channel, and I'm not really sure I'm gonna go into that direction because that's not really, I'm not really can add value to people in their lives by teaching them how to pick up girls. But here the girls are way more open to conversations, especially if you're a foreigner. Living in Miami, the girls, a lot of the girls, by the way, and I have friends that are in this area. They have no job, they have no income, they have no car, they live with their parents, but yeah, on Instagram they're flexing on boats and stuff that were purchased by their sugar daddies and all this stuff, right? And I know a lot of people like that. And if you were to talk to this girl, even if you know, a normal, you know, good-looking man, have yourself together, these girls won't give you the time of day, because in their mind they have this female ego. It's a weird thing going on in social media and Instagram. You know, if you wipe all that stuff away, they really don't have much. And now this is not a generalization of all the girls in parts of like Miami, New York, you know, but there is quite a bit of that. We're here in Colombia, you know, they're just beautiful girls, but there's no like human ego. You know, it could be the most beautiful girl. She has, you know, 1,000 followers on Instagram, you know, and she just wants to have a great time. She just wants to go out for dinner, you know, talk, learn English. You want to learn Spanish, you know, and all these kind of stuff. So it's a really great environment. You know, right now I'm obviously on quarantine, but typically, throughout the week, I'm dating at least 2 to 3 different girls, you know, just learning Spanish, trying out different restaurants, going out dancing, all these different things, you know, different parts of the, you know, of the city exploring. And that's a really cool part about being in Colombia, is you're able to just go out, you know, to the mall, go out to, you know, when you're having, you know, going shopping for groceries, and you can meet a beautiful girl, walk up to her and say, hey, you know, I'm from the United States. She'll give you your number, and then that night you guys are on a date. So that's you know, that's a really another cool part about being in Colombia. Now, the third part was the climate. Now, I'm from San Diego, California, and let me tell you, all the people try to go to San Diego, California. It has some of the best weather. I think it is by far has the best weather in the United States. You know, Los Angeles is good, but the air quality is not the best, and there's a lot of traffic. So a lot of people go 2 hours south to San Diego, and San Diego, let me tell you, it has some of the best weather, and it's some of the most expensive real estate in all of America. So I'm from there, but let me tell you this, Medellin, Colombia has the best weather. It has the most consistent, cool weather that I have ever been to. You know, I've been to many parts of the United States, and, you know, even Miami can get a little humid. San Diego, you know, can get there, but I think Medellin is the most consistent. It stays around, you know, 70 degrees literally every day. Like, I will give you guys a tour of this house. There's literally all the windows, all the doors are open. There's no such thing as air conditioning in Colombia, or sorry, in Medellin. There's no need for it. You know, when you hop inside of a car, all their windows are down, because you don't need it, because the weather is so good here that you know, that you don't need that stuff. Now, granted, there's no beach, so you can't take advantage of the water like in San Diego or other parts of the United States that have similar weather, but I believe that here it does have very good weather, and very, you know, ranks on my top list of places with great weather. So guys, that was the reason I came back to Medellin, Colombia, because of the quality of living. Now, whether you want to, you know, whether you're starting out in business, right, maybe, and you just want to, you're only making $2,000 a month, and you want to, you know, grow the business and not live in your car or live in, you know, rent a room, this is a really great place to go. Or if you're making a lot of money, you know, if you're making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, and you want to have a complete crazy lifestyle, I'm talking about penthouse, you know, chef, you know, personal driver, like something that would cost you, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a big city like New York or Miami, you can literally live at such a high level for, you know, a third of the cost. So it was the economics, the girls, you know, the dating scene, learning Spanish for the single guys that are out there, and the third one was the beautiful weather. And so guys, my vision one day is to purchase property here in Colombia, and this will be one of my trifecta. So I'll have a space in Miami, one in Medellin, and maybe somewhere in Bali or Southeast Asia. So I will always be here in Medellin, Colombia. I love it so much. So hope you guys got a lot of value of my personal story, why I decided to come back to Medellin, Colombia, why I love it so much, and why I'll be staying here, you know, every 6 months, you know, every 3 to 6 months, every single year, or maybe even longer if I purchase some property or get me some papers in Colombia. All right, guys, so make sure you subscribe below. Follow me on Instagram at Miami Patron, where I share a lot more of my personal life, but we're gonna get back into business on the rest of the channel here. So I'll see you guys next time. Miami Patron out.